Hi, and welcome into day three. Today is day three of our 5 day challenge inside of the Unprocessing Me community. And I'm really excited about today. I had an awareness, an aha, about today of something I'm going to share. And first, I desired, we were just chatting, and it's been a day. I'm going to say I was aware that sometimes I can be in the mode of I've already done it, make a decision, and I have a little tolerance for people who say I don't have time. Because I'll share, from grace, I've been there before. I didn't think I had time either. I had three small children, and then I had to go on dialysis. You don't miss it. It's at least 12 hours in the chair, plus travel time, plus if things happen. I required making time, at least 15 hours a week. That's almost a part time job on top of what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I've been there, I've climbed the mountains, I've seen it, and I've surrendered to what is. And what is sometimes might be that present in your life too, that maybe you're here because you have been told by a doctor that you need to make some changes. Guess what? That can feel monumentous until you have someone with you, or at least a beautiful community that can help you. And that's what we're seeing. I see you. I've been you. I am still you. I am not perfect. I am really giving myself grace today. And can you give yourself grace as well? One of the things that I did start with a beautiful mentor, Dr. Ben Lerner, told us a lot of this too. I've had many beautiful mentors, and he said one at the time that I received needed to receive it was you don't have to change everything today. Even though we are suggesting and encouraging you, drop all the sugar. If that feels heavy, do one thing first. Add something by God, he used to say, first. Add an apple. And if you're still hungry, then eat whatever it is. Add a donut. But you start to feed and nourish yourself with healthy foods. Notice your body will start to crave that because it's really how we are built to function well, optimally. And pretty soon you might say, oh, I'm just having the apple. And you totally don't even realize, and you, oops, I forgot to have that donut. Or maybe it's the Starbucks that you're going by, and maybe it's the sugary drinks that you are saying yes to that you say, hey, today I can do another choice, make another choice. Maybe it's going through those fast food things that you're just like, I don't have time to make dinner for my family or myself. Sometimes some of my clients are single and they don't want to make, and I'm saying a lot of knots, I don't normally do, but they don't want to make food for themselves. That too can feel like a chore.
That's true. That's true.
Ah,
We're
I
all
yes.
I do.
we're
That's how I am. I think I don't want to have anything tonight, and I'll just have a peanut butter on a toast or something.
Yeah, yes. Gosh, that takes me back. That's what I was eating when I
Really.
was noticing I wasn't feeling good. We
Mhm.
would go by, and this is after water skiing for a whole day, and it was our vacation meal for the family. But we were also with other families, so we weren't the only ones dictating what we did. After we went water skiing, and I shared church days, Sundays, we would all drive up to church with our boats attached. And as soon as it was over, like we'd hit the lake. And we would end up after the lake going by Whataburger on the way home. Well, I was noticing that I couldn't even eat that. I wasn't even eating much during the day either, packing things that I didn't want to eat. I found solace in a peanut butter sandwich, which actually, when you find in renal kidney failure, peanuts are something that you shouldn't have.
Really.
A lot of
Yeah.
phosphorus in it. There's things that I learned later, yet it was the only thing I could think of that I could tolerate eating some of. And
Right.
no, no, nothing about the peanut butter. There's good peanut butters. It was just reminding me. Again,
Yeah.
I've climbed that mountain. I've been there. And I've gone down too. I actually, I remember times when it was like, why me? And those kind of things. And if you are in that boat, I see that too. I have been told by God to start this group. Really did. I knew this was a pivotal year last year, and it's such a gift that I have become able to hear God's voice with certainty And that's
Hmm.
why I started saying, the purest prayer we were saying, I think before we started this, is the purest prayer is to ask for help.
Yeah.
Help me, Lord.
Yeah.
And if you have that faith over fear, then that too will come. Just look for it.
Right.
So it is a decision. I've said that before, and we were talking on day one about decrees or affirmations. And making a decision is drawing a line in the sand and creating a new who you are. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's the grief you may feel over losing who you were, yet it's
Hmm.
not evolution. It's nothing
Right.
staying the same ever. It's progress. And where can you progress and trust that there is something better for you? That is the
Yes.
unprocessing. And I have a story soon of something that happened in 4 years after that, 5 years in 2009. I'll share that soon. But I did promise yesterday that we would go over the differences with grains. And I remember having this a lot when, well, it was probably 15 years ago that gluten free started to become a thing.
Yeah.
And since then, there's a whole aisles sometimes for gluten free. It's definitely one of
Right.
those buzzwords we talked about yesterday, if you watched. And the shift is to see first, day one, where is sugar hiding? And then yesterday we talked about where is the fat, and fat isn't bad. It doesn't make us fat. Actually, bad fats make us fat because they're toxic. Good fats help us burn fat for fuel, and they're essential. And so we looked at that as well yesterday. And so today, another thing that does we've talked briefly about it, but turn to sugar is some of the breads and the crackers and the grains that we're not noticing that, oh, there's sugar in that too. I also mentioned a study I had heard about that 2 slices of whole wheat bread raises your blood sugar longer than if you had a Coke. Blows me away.
Really?
Regular Coke.
That's
Your
amazing.
Coke. Yeah.
What about Diet Coke?
Diet Coke is artificial sugar, and your body is still searching for sweetness. They put saccharin in there, or sucrose, or what's the other
Sorbitol.
one? Huh?
Sorbitol.
No. Well, aspartame. And
Aspartame. That's what I
aspartame and those things were all created in the lab. They're also just a little, even Splenda, it's one molecule off, so to speak, of what sugar is. So our body is always searching still. Our insulin one might come up. We're looking for that regulation of sugar for energy, and yet it doesn't come. So it's constantly going to keep you hungrier, and it isn't healthy. Aspartame has been known to cause cancer. And actually, one of my feuds a long time ago was you go to every table, any restaurant, and you'd see the yellow, blue, and pink packets and the
meant.
white. They're all bad for you. Just,
Yeah.
and I would ask them, I was like, can you take this away? Or I would put it on a
Occasionally they'll have the brown stevia, the long skinny one, but not
look at
very
what is
often.
else is on there, and that's a great thing, looking at
Mhm.
what else is on there, because you can buy, there's something called raw stevia or pure stevia. You go and look at it, and they still put a little dog poo in it. It's mixed with something else.
Yeah.
So,
Really?
and it could be, that could be a really good one, yet I don't know. And then we did
Yeah.
talk about if you can try to get the stevia that is liquid form, it's less processed. Not a judgment, just looking for what is the better bad here.
Yeah.
What is acceptable? And today we're going to be talking about how to build a healthy plate that changes everything. And so, what is it about grains and gluten free? So, gluten free is everywhere now. Like they played, as I said, they have a whole aisle. That's a, what is in that while you're looking
Yeah, what in there? Okay. Water,
at
erythro.
erythritol?
Yeah, is that bad?
I haven't mentioned it. It's not terrible. Erythritol is something that we did. There's some other sugar alcohols. It's a sugar alcohol, so it is still made from sugar. So we
Okay.
optimally not like it. There is a Stevita is my favorite brand. It's pure stevia.
It's a liquid.
It is a liquid.
I bought this
Stevita.
thinking it was the pure, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
haven't used it yet.
Whole Foods has it. I do believe that near us, you can find it or online at Amazon. So Stevita,
Davita.
Stevita is the brand, and they do have flavored ones. They're wonderful to put in your
Okay.
in your water. Get any kind of water and put lemon in it. You can put lots of different flavors. You can put it in your coffee. They have a toffee, they have a chocolate, and so you can do a lot of things with those.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this. I just picked it up. And I don't know what I was thinking. I thought it was liquid because
Well,
it's got sodium benzate.
yeah.
It's got some bad stuff in it, doesn't it?
It has some not so good. So what we like is a better option, and that's why I'm happy to share that. It was interesting. I was just thinking the same thing to share that today. So thanks for bringing that up.
And this is Kroger, and I'll just go somewhere where they sort of have healthier things, maybe even
Right.
Sprouts.
Sprouts, I
Yeah.
think, has it. I can't recall, but so
Okay.
don't quote me if you go all the way over there and they don't.
Well,
Um,
I love Amazon.
The nice thing is, yeah, Amazon, you can look at the ingredients of anything you're ordering. And the thing is,
Yeah.
sometimes too, we're talking, it can take you longer to shop because you get to look at everything now that you're eating in a new way. And also for some of us who require glasses, it's like, do we need a
Oh my God, it was like,
magnifying glass to see those things? The print is so small.
well, see,
So
but then I've been doing this for quite a while, and you're still gonna. It's like I'm thinking, how did I miss that? How did I miss that?
it's
I had,
because we get in the habits. That's a really good option. We go on autopilot.
yeah,
Again, going back to time, I've got 30 minutes. I need to get in and get out. We grab things we've been known to grab before, and things do change.
they
They're
do.
changing the siete, the very common grain-free option right now recently has been siete chips. They were made with different items instead, almond flour. Well, then they sold the company to Pepsi. So if you know Pepsi, it's going to be down.
Is that
Um,
recent? Is that a recent change?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, because I got some from my niece, and they were lovely. Oh my gosh, they were so
Well,
good.
they're starting to change them. But they bought it last year, I believe. Again, I don't have that date in front of me, but they did, and it takes a while for those to come out. But yes, it was. They are changing them, and they're putting a little bit of dog poo in there. So forget what you've been taught. It's like
Yeah,
time. You have the time. You create the time. Time is
yeah,
an illusion.
yeah.
We get to be in the moment and remember autopilot. It's good for some things. But if you've been driving to some place that you go to, like we go to work often, we're on autopilot and all of a sudden I'm there. I'm like, whoa, did I even pay attention to how
I
I was
know.
driving? And that's the same thing for grains. If we're just used to grabbing the bread, can we buy a better bread? There is one that I do like that I don't eat when we are looking to unprocess things because it still has flour, but it's not flour that you're used to. It's Ezekiel bread, and they have things that are, that are not flour added. There's also things, but people ask often about Dave's Killer Bread or some of the other ones. There's still grains. There's still flour in it, and flour will turn to sugar as soon as it touches your saliva. So people think for a long time they would come, oh, I'm really healthy. And I come down and interview them. I eat just like you talk about. And I go through their foods and I can tell you wouldn't be in front of me if you did. For what reason? Let me
yeah.
guide you. There's no judgment. Let me say, oops, so this was it. And quite often it's because they were gluten free. And there are reasons we get to be gluten free. Gluten free did feel better. We were eating grains that had been destroyed. They had Monsanto, they had started to put germination pest control in the actual seeds of the wheat that we were growing and other grains in the United States. And this came apparent to me when we went years back to Italy, and it's totally different there. A, you walk more, and B, I could eat all of the breads that I wanted, and it didn't affect me at all. I didn't have the bloat, I didn't have the uncomfortableness.
That's amazing.
And I'm not
It's just
celiac.
crazy. Yeah.
Celiac people is something that's tested for, and they cannot have grains. They are gluten free, and that's usually why it started to be popular. An option here is almond flour. It's nuts, and if you can have
Mhm.
nuts, again, kidney people, and I know there is some people here who are part on dialysis and so forth. And if you have to watch um, that, then be aware. Almond flour is a flour that I usually use now, that for a long time I couldn't use that as an option because I was on dialysis. And you must look at your labs. That's something that
Yeah.
through my own journey of climbing that mountain, I learned how to look at labs.
Yeah.
So be aware of what your requirements are. Yet I have a plethora of fun recipes to create things that do have a bread-like taste that are healthy. And so I've posted those, and I've posted some things up in the files. I hope you've gotten it. There's many. And if you ask, I will give. I love to give things freely. So really reach out in the group and say, hey, I would like some more recipes. Do you have anything? And often people do. I have had a beautiful community of my own. That's why I like to do this. And our chiropractic groups that we've been in have been really healthy in watching them role model how to live this way. And so
Yeah.
that's what I'm here for. I love to help you.
Are those recipes, some of those things still in the files in our Facebook page?
There are some recipes in there.
Okay.
If you would looking for new other ones, I do have them.
But
They're
we
not
don't, but
always
the
in a
original
book.
ones that we had on the other page, not all
Yes
of them.
and no. I have
Okay.
the 7 days to go grain free, and that's what I put in there this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah. And it does have that one's great because it has almond flours in there, if I can
Yeah.
remember, and I think it has the little scones, the drop biscuits and stuff. So
Mhm.
let's understand gluten-free pasta, gluten-free cookies, and people think they're healthy. But the problem is now that they become very popular, they've again added little things that you don't know. So if you don't care, they have rice in it. And do you want rice powder or rice starch? Do you need the starches to be out of your diet as well? Then gluten free isn't your option. Some people are looking at other things and really they believe it must be healthy. And what we are saying and what we've said here many times is to read the ingredients, know what you can and cannot have, and if what your choice is. And so there's a difference. Gluten free is no wheat, no barley, no rye, no protein powder. Um, Gluten free is also made with grains, as I said, rice flour, often corn flour. Corn is very GMO'd. I've had a doctor say to me that you might not even be able to buy organic yellow corn because it's so easily susceptible to the sprays and it grows into different crops. Maybe black corn would be a better option instead of a yellow corn organic, thinking that you're buying something healthy, as you're not. Tapioca starch is in a lot of things. Now that can be okay if you're for some people, and I do have some recipes that have tapioca starch, but I put it in. I know what kind it is. Potato starch is also in there too. A lot of times when you find gluten-free items, it's full of
Mhm.
potatoes. And so it's not that these are necessarily all bad. It's what is your choice, right? Um, Now, I know grain-free is what I choose, which is no grains at all. I have a grain-free granola. I mentioned it yesterday in a post to one of the people in the UnProcessing Me. And grain-free granola is amazing. And you get to put it in the oven if you want, and you can get it all caramely. You know what goes in it. It's not fried. Often when you go buy nuts, we're looking at raw nuts because a lot of them
Mhm.
that have been put with oils are not the healthiest version of oils.
Yeah.
And they've been processed and heated and denatured. Heat does denature proteins and fats.
Okay.
So trying to get things in the raw state is preferable. And then you cook with it. If you feel like it, you can put some shaved coconut, some other things in it, and then it's healthy and you like it. And so if you
Yeah.
like that, if I don't have that recipe and somebody wants it, let me know. I'll be happy to add that later.
The barrels at Sprouts is a good place to get raw stuff, right?
If it says raw, yeah,
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 because
there
they have a
are.
lot of raw
Just
stuff.
plain, yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. So because grains, even healthy whole grains, are still the reason why I go grain free is because they spike your blood pressure. Blood sugar. They cause inflammation. We're looking to lower inflammation. They trigger autoimmune responses because you're triggering the inflammation, and they keep you on a blood sugar roller coaster. So you have that insulin dropping and going and dropping and going, which is what we've talked about also. So, really, there's eating vegetables and eating proteins are mostly how you feel full and fat.
Yeah.
And that's what we like to keep the plate looking like. So, there is a time, though, I know again, when we are busy, we may have gone through drive-throughs. We may have gone to fast foods. And maybe we even I'm going to pick on some. Maybe we even picked Chick-fil-A because we like their philosophy. Is that any healthier though? No.
Yeah,
I heard somebody say there is no dairy in Dairy Queen. Like, come on, let's look. We'll
exactly.
know burgers and Burger King. And it's understanding that there's unhappy meals out there. And so that takes me to
Right.
one thing I'm going to show you.
Okay.
In 2009, this is 2009, I bought this May 15th. I remember walking into McDonald's. This is 5 years after my kidney started to fail. So I was really watching what I ate. I hadn't eaten a fast food or McDonald's especially. And I walked in and I can still remember how the rancid oils hit me in the face to my nose. I could smell it. You know, you're both nodding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I remember the slipperiness on the floor. Yet I had had my own kids like birthdays. We've gone to friends' birthdays in those
Oh,
places when they were younger. So I'm not like going that I've never been there. I sure did. But at that point, I was starting to become aware of how I was nourishing my body. So, and people were starting to do this. So I said, yes, I'm going to do this. They were buying Happy Meals and saving them. I did too. This is a Happy Meal, and I call it my unhappy meal if you saw the label. This is what I bought in 2009, 15 years ago, y'all.
Wow.
it still looks like a meal.
This French fry looks like you could eat it. It could have come, if it was hot, you would eat it.
Yeah.
It smells like
That's
Play-Doh. It has an off-putting smell. But yeah, it
weird.
looks the same. There is zero mold, no mold. It's petrified. Do you know why?
Wow. No.
Why hasn't this molded? Look at this. Hamburger patty has shrunk. That's the only shift that I've seen at all. Again, another part of it, it's hard as a rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
definitely would lose a tooth. And,
yeah.
it's preserved, it's loaded with chemicals. That's why. It's
Yeah.
preserved. It's so
For sure.
preserved, it's
Yeah.
dehydrated. Yeah, it's how preserved it is. It's not food. How many of us, I remember my husband Mick said when we first were having kids and Stephanie was born, he's like, I'm never taking them to McDonald's. Because we knew then too. We all innately know. Yet,
Correct.
again, I think it comes back to time and we make allowances for things. So I'll just do it this once.
Yeah.
Once becomes how often, especially if we're alone or if we're doing multiple things. You have kids and you're doing one kid goes to one sport and one kid goes to another activity and you're in the car. I hear that often as well. Well, we're in the car, we just don't have time.
Yeah.
Do we have time for sickness? I required to make time for dialysis. Let's do our due diligence here to say I can take care of myself. And
Right.
that comes back to our decrees. When I first started talking consciously, I'm going to put this away. It stinks. When I began understanding that there's a conscious part of me that God directs us to what is, I learned several short decrees, and they're short because we get to believe them. And these are the leading into the words. The words manifest, they create who you are, they show our direction of focus, one of my F's in framework. And so they're very simple. And if you'd like them, I encourage you just jot them down, but they're really simple. You can remember them too. And I have them on a drink carrier. I'll take a picture of that and post it. The first one is I will. The shortest decrees help you because you remember them and you can believe them. I will. And then breathe. I can. I trust. I choose. Powerful one. I
It is.
choose.
That's my favorite.
Mhm.
I love. And I breathe. I have anchored to these for so many years. I would repeat them every morning. I put it on a post-it note in front of my mirrors. Those simple words can be the catalyst to help you change. I get out of the way. It's what I'm sharing with you. I hope you understand.
Mhm.
And those are the things that say, I really tempted to go buy X, Y, and Z drive through. Yet I showed last night a Trader Joe's so simple. There's areas that you could go to know what can I put in my refrigerator that I can make faster than going through that dang fast food line and make that I'll eat.
Yeah.
Leftovers, make extra. Leftovers are a great lunch. We can. I will. I choose. I trust. I love. I breathe.
Hmm.
And think about this, your body has to process whatever you ingest. And can it process that unhappy meal?
I'm surprised.
Probably not if it's like
I'm
that after
surprised we put
15
it in there,
years.
not still in there from the last French fries or something.
I know. Uh, and and really, fries have a lot of the seed oils and things now, so that's one of the reason. Even if they use different nuts and different things, and they're just it's not usually the best quality. Compared to real food, what is? I'm going to talk about more what is. We know that nuts and seeds, if they're dry roasted, they're healthy. We know that that apple that just says apple is healthy. We know that the carrot, even if you eat carrots, which right now is a root vegetable, it has more sugar, but still, it's a carrot. Eat it. If that's okay for you, then eat it. Celery, zucchini. I just bought, I'm thinking of my list I just was at. Zucchini, Brussels sprouts, kale. I love kale. There's an easy, crunchy kale that I make in my dry air fryer. So easy, and it's available. I eat that like popcorn. It's delicious.
See,
Popcorn.
that's what I keep thinking is I like to snack, and you're just like, well, what are you going to snack on? I mean, and I just, not a lot, but just to have something.
And depends on if you're looking for a salty flavor or not. Sometimes salt means you could have been dehydrated the day before. Sometimes when you're looking for sweets, it could be that you didn't have enough fat at dinner. If you're craving things at night, really understand what and think about it for a moment. What have I consumed so far that's for me?
Hmm.
Notice the craving before you give in.
Yeah,
And again, maybe you have an apple first, and if you're still craving, then go
Hmm.
ahead without guilt and go the next day I can do better.
right. Yeah, that's true.
And you can pack things. There's so many portable things now. It's the advent of Amazon kind of helped us all go, oh, I can make that, and they'll sell it.
Right.
So almost
Yeah.
everything is for sale nowadays.
Yeah.
Um, so the plate that heals, it should has protein. Our protein, everyone has a different size palm because we're all different size humans.
Hmm.
Protein the size of your palm.
Hmm.
It's a rough
Oh,
estimate.
really?
Hmm.
I didn't know that.
And that's about right too. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I
about
get
7 ounces, depends on
steak,
some
whatever, yeah.
palms are bigger. Those basketball
Yeah.
players, they get to eat more food.
Yeah.
And then a healthy fat. Have you added a healthy fat? Fats, as I said, have satiated us. Avocado on that salad, on our eggs have yolk. That could be enough. Yet if you're still looking for something, add an avocado.
Avocado is wonderful.
Drizzle of some olive oil on it. Grass-fed butter with it. Nuts, a handful of nuts. I absolutely love walnuts. And to be honest, I've had more cravings this last 3 days. By the way, it's day 3, y'all. I
I
mean,
know.
how are you doing? If you've been really good, are you feeling it? This is
Yes.
a beautiful day. And
Yeah.
and have you caved? It's okay. I caved and I had a date. I love dates. And so I broke it open, and that's healthier than going for the chocolate bar.
Absolutely.
And dates
Yeah.
and walnuts give me a lot of energy so that I can go through my day.
And day 2 always seems to be a little bit hard for some reason. And then by day 3, your body's starting to get it.
Okay, I'm busy.
Did
Um,
I
day
hear a
five,
date? What's a date? A date too
day
long.
5 can be hard. Day 5, we're not going to talk about it that day, but I just remembered. Expect the slump. There's going to be a dip. You get really a lot of energy. Expect that isn't normal to have every day be totally perfect and I'll have energy. Expect a
Yeah.
dip. Exactly,
Yeah.
because you're excited. Look at what I've done. Oh my gosh. And then a little bit of excitement energy comes in, and then you're like, day five is like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's normal. This is normal to see. Not judging yourself is the key. And that's when, again, you can go back to I can, I will, I trust, I love, I breathe, I choose. And choose vegetables. One other fat I didn't mention recently that I noticed is olives. If you like olives, they're a delicious fat.
Any olive, any kind?
Yeah, check the brine,
Oh,
make sure they're
that's
not put
good.
into any kind of, you know, check what's in it. If you need to be sugar free, make sure there's no sugar. I don't know that I've seen
Right.
packed in sugar, but I didn't know ketchup was full of sugar either.
Yeah.
Vegetables, I love vegetables. So I will, for filling purposes, I would put my plate, I would fill it with spinach and then put my eggs on top. Or
Mm.
I would have a salad and then put my protein on top. So I love a lot of vegetables because they have a lot of fiber, which
Hmm.
helps you be consistently going. Number two, that your bowels are really consistent. That
Yeah.
is important. Notice if you're having constipation, are you drinking enough? Maybe you need some tomatoes, maybe you need some potassium, something to help you go. Having a lot of increase of vitamin C will help you evacuate your bowels. And if you are constipated, that's a sign. Your body's always talking to you. You're stopped up. What can I do?
With
Um,
vitamin C, are you recommending getting that naturally too, like through an orange?
no.
We were talking
Vitamin
about vitamin
C.
T.
Thank you for adding that. If you are constipated, a natural alternative to help you is vitamin C, but it's the supplements, not gummies that have sugar in them, but just a real vitamin C. And I like to start off with 2,500 milligrams
Mhm.
and then increase that by 2,000 every 2 to 4 hours if needed. Depends on the size of the person. If it's a little one, you don't really need to go over 4,000. This is an absorption rate comes. As soon as you hit that absorption rate, you will flush it out. You'll know, ooh, that's as much as I'm taking today.
Well, that's better than you don't do laxatives, which are
Yeah,
not that good.
yeah,
You would try
Right.
to do the vitamin C supplements, and I'm sure you can recommend one for us that
yes,
you.
I do. I have been love that. It's not on the top of my tip. Look at the
Yeah,
ingredients.
yeah,
It isn't something I normally take. I don't actually take a lot of supplements. I do supplement as needed instead of a multivitamin, which has a little bit of everything that you don't really know if you need that much.
yeah, right.
When
Yeah.
I was trained is prescribe what you really need at the body's necessary for the body at
Yeah,
that point.
and you
So
don't have to do it every day. You do that. I mean, with the vitamin
exactly,
C. Yeah, okay, okay.
exactly.
I know you told me about the D3, the vitamin D3, which I have some from your preferred place, and they really help when you're getting sick. You kind of load
Well,
up.
okay, two things there. I
Okay.
like when and I call it instead of getting sick, I say catching and healing. The
Yeah,
body's usually doing what it's meant to do,
it's
and it's
trying. Yeah.
healing. You're looking to heal. And the vitamin D3, we recommend 50,000 a day for 3 days. So it's 150,000 I use total. That
Yeah.
really kicks it off. And do the zinc and do the vitamin C and come get adjusted at Discover Chiropractic or by a
Yep.
reputable doctor.
Yep.
Having our
Yep.
nervous system open and healing is really key.
Well,
And
it really
even
worked. That
notice
worked.
if you are catching a healing and notice how long does it take you to get better? Does it take you longer than normal? It's an immune system watching your immunity. You could also be depressed, or you could just be low volume on your energy. Or you might, maybe need an adjustment or an evaluation. Are you really healthy? Because the healthier you are, you catch the healing and you let it go. And that's about as much as we
Right.
pay attention to it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's really it. It's proteins, fat, and vegetables. And if you're filling up on that, have some fruit. I like the sweetness of fruit. I brought me some blueberries again today because I do love them.
Me too.
Yeah. And if they start to go bad, freeze them and put them in a smoothie. And
Yeah.
Yep.
smoothies, they can look, I'm going to say don't again, you don't have to buy a protein mix. You don't have to have a collagen. Making protein, having a bone broth, putting that chicken, as we talked about, put a chicken in a pot, put it in the oven, and then put the bones in the carcass in a pot and steep that for 18 to 36 hours. Make your own bone broth.
Really?
So much you can do with that chicken. And so, really understand you get collagen from that. Chicken feet have the best collagen. You can get chicken feet
Right.
at the deli as well.
Yeah.
And the bones, the cartilage melts and everything. You get so much out of making your own bone broth.
What kind of protein powder do you recommend?
That one's a really specific kind. So there's a couple companies I like. One of the doctors I did happen to train with, not intensely, but he is a chiropractor by trade, is Josh Axe. And then I was also trained by his partner, Jordan Rubin. Jordan's amazing. He's not a doctor, but he healed himself of colitis, ulcerative colitis. He was almost at death's door and he healed himself. He started a supplement company called Raw at the time. I'm looking up because I'm choosing to know if that's the name, but he started it in his garage.
Mm,
So he now they have a company called Ancient Nutrition, and that one has a really pure proteins that you can buy, a protein source.
okay.
And thanks for asking. I don't recommend them too much, and the other ones I get are doctors, only from things like Designs for Health and some other companies.
I bought one that's called Ballerina Farm, and
Yeah.
it's base the base of it is whey, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Make sure
and
it says whey only. The better
yeah,
thing there would be a grass-fed whey, and to
it
make sure
is
it's
grass
not whey
fed.
isolates, because the isolates are really derived from it, and that's when you get the damaged protein.
Oh, okay. I'll look at it.
Yeah.
I I've been using that a little bit. That's the problem. I start out, I will do this, and I start doing it, and then I just think, this is hard.
It can be.
This is
And we
hard.
all have hard days, and for
Oh
sure.
yeah. Yeah.
And knowing that that protein source is there, maybe that's the easiest thing to do is to have some water. Now I use almond milk in mine,
Hmm.
preferably. I some people can just use regular milk or coconut milk is wonderful in it. That's some different ways that you can make that protein, and you don't have to really use a protein shake. That's what I'm saying. You can put something else in there, some almond butter. I put almonds. I'll put some walnuts in it sometimes. Just chop those up. So and some berries. I like berries because they're low glycemic, and
So for smoothies, you mean? For
yes, for
smoothies? Yeah.
smoothies.
Yeah.
And you're having something that the fat satiates you and you have some protein in there. I'll put chia seeds in there. I'll put flax seeds. Those are good fiber. I did a post on 10 fiber sources for you. Coconuts on that, flax is on that, chia seeds is on that. So
Yeah.
that helps when you need something fast and yet you don't have the energy maybe that
Right.
time to make something.
I've been putting a little bit of the protein powder in my coffee, and you
Yes.
can't even taste it,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't
That
use a
became a
lot,
thing.
but a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great option too. A lot of
Yeah.
people started to do that. I started messing with my coffee years ago, and people are like, "Why are you
Yeah.
messing with your
Yeah.
coffee?" There's so many options now,
Yeah.
and
That's
Dr.
good.
Axe was really good about that. And Dr. Pompa, they all did do some contributed to my education on that, and I really
Yeah.
appreciated it. Um,
Yeah.
so really, add some avocado. Add Dr. Pompa used to have one called a salad smoothie, and it was everything green in your refrigerator, including an avocado and then water. You don't
Yeah.
necessarily need any kind of creamy stuff.
Yeah.
So look to that. So this was really good. Have you found this helpful today?
Hmm. Oh, yes. And I think this was on the stuff that is in here that I've got, like your real plate examples. You've got that in the post you put up this morning.
Did I? I
I think, I,
choose to
I think,
remember.
I think, well, she's got some simple breakfast, lunch, and dinner things.
Oh yes.
And they're wonderful meals. And I think looking at those are going to help you every day. Are you going on the Facebook page, Ann?
I started to, is it named unprocessed, or what is?
UnProcess Me community. It must say the
Oh, okay.
word community in there. I have tried to hide the other one so that you can't get in there, but if you are a member, because we did do some earlier private groups, Those are
Oh,
still accessible. Yet the one, thank you for mentioning, it's called UnProcess Me Community. And the one, only
okay.
one that says community is the one that this is coming in on.
Okay. Yeah, so I haven't seen that.
Okay,
Yeah,
and that's what I've been sending you I've been forwarding some of those mails from that
Yeah.
community. So I will also send her an invite for the community. Would that work?
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do that to
Okay.
make sure you're in the right one, but know that
Okay.
it's the unprocessed group. What's it called again?
UnProcess Me Community.
Community, yeah. And
Yeah.
Okay.
it's wonderful.
And
Okay.
everybody that comments and for being in here, commenting because I am pulling and drawing for I think 3 people. Everybody probably that mentions it that comes in and does any comment. I'm going to send you my 5-minute reset. It's a morning reset. It helps you start your day in a beautiful way. So as a thank you for being a part of this group.
Oh,
Thanks.
thank you.
So um, today's mission is to finally just talk about building a healthy plate. And once you eat, just waiting a couple hours, how do you feel? And noting, was that a repeater? Are you going to make that again? Or was that I feel a little
Mhm.
off, or I'm going to change some things. Just awareness again is key. And notice that you have clarity. Maybe you're thinking clearer as a result of what you ate. Noticing that, wow, I just feel so much energy today. And you're moving your living room furniture around to put a rug down.
Yeah.
So I appreciate all of you. This is the
Oh,
show.
that was me. Yes, that was
Yeah, it was
me.
you.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh,
trying to send this to Anne so that can see if she gets it.
and so I appreciate you all being in this group. This is the shift. Tomorrow is a different day. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite days. It's talking about thoughts and our feelings and the other parts of the 4 F's. Again, that's food and it's focus. And where is our focus? It comes from our thoughts and our
Yeah.
feelings and then feeling free as well. I do
Yeah.
want to note I'm going to have to change the time for tomorrow. It will be at 2 o'clock.
Okay.
I've had something come up that I must attend to. And so
Oh,
for me to really make sure I'm here, I have to do it at 2. So unfortunately, if that doesn't work for you, we will be posting that replay in the group. Usually
I
by
have something that I have to do at 2, or really at 1, and I won't be home till 3:30.
we'll definitely catch the replay because
I
Yeah.
will.
it's
I
so
will.
important. And then Friday, we'll be back at noon on Friday.
Okay.
And thank you for being live today, Anne. I appreciate you. Thank you for
Oh, yeah. It was
you're
great.
wonderful.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right. Take care, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow, everyone.
Bye
Okay.
bye.
Bye.